Hello and welcome to E5 Kids Church Online. I hope you all enjoyed last week's programme as much as me. Now this week was Children in Need. I know lots of you would be celebrating this in school, whether it be dressing up as Pudsey Bear, wearing lots of clothes, or maybe doing other challenges. I would love to see what you guys got up to celebrate. Now, last week's craft, we made some stress balls. Let's have a look at the ones you guys have made at home. Felicity and Phoebe, yours are super cute. I especially love the details of the hair and faces you've made. Imani, your balloon is beautiful. The pink makes it really stand out. Abigail, yours is marvellous, and I like the big lips and hair that you've chose. Lux, Dante and Lamea Ray, all three of yours are fantastic. I especially like all of the different expressions you've used. Elsie May, well done on your craft. I can tell you've put lots of effort into making it, and I love the smiley face. Desi and Chino, great effort with yours, especially with the bodies you've created. Joel, yours is incredible, and I especially love the feathers you've used. So last week on Clash of the Champions, I was challenged against Pastor Steve. Now, unfortunately, as hard as it is, I did lose. But this week, I am against Pastor Trudy. Let's check out the challenge we had to do. Hello and welcome to Clash of the Champions. This week, I am with Pastor Trudy. And our challenge this week is to see who can get the most frozen peas from this container to another bowl using chopsticks. Who do you think is going to win? Get set, go! Yes! Come on! Oh no. I can't move again. Stop! Oh, it's going wrong. Oh.
Pass it in, Brenda. I can hear them dropping. Oh. Come on.
Keep going.
I'm not even looking at how many you've got. You tell the concentration is like intense.
What?
No, Rebecca, slow down.
I got 3 left.
Oh, it's all over for me.
Have a little break.
Oh, I need to keep going. I've got like 10 left.
3.
Oh no!
2.
I think we need to do it again.
1.
Oh! Rebecca's the champion.
Now it is time for us to worship, so let's stand up and praise the Lord. This week we are learning about the promised son. As we know from the past weeks, Abraham and Sarah, his wife, struggled for many years to have a child of their own. Now Abraham had a message from God to leave his home and travel to a new place. Now Abraham trusted God to leave his home, his friends, and travel to a land God's promised for them. Can you imagine leaving all your friends, your home, your job, everything you have solely trusted God for, and for you and your family to just go and trust God wherever He takes you? During this video, I would like you to think about any promises God may have for you on your life.
As the angel had predicted 1 year earlier, Sarah gave birth to a baby boy.
I can't believe that I would ever be blessed with a son of my own. I thought I was too old, but here I am, holding my beautiful child.
God has blessed us, and I shall never doubt Him again.
Abraham named his newborn son Isaac.
What about Ishmael? What will happen to him? He was supposed to become our leader, but now baby Isaac is next to rule after Abraham.
I'm sure Ishmael won't have any problem with that.
As baby Isaac grew, the tension between Sarah and Hagar increased.
Little Isaac is so messy and clumsy.
Ishmael, don't speak of Isaac like that.
I've never seen Sarah so angry. What will she do if Ishmael continues to tease Isaac?
Abraham, you have to do something. Ishmael can't continue to make fun of Isaac. You have to tell Hagar to leave, and to take Ishmael with her.
For many nights, Abraham sat under the night sky and asked God to help him decide what to do. Finally, one night, God answered.
I will fulfill my promise to you through Isaac, so you must do what Sarah wishes. There is no need to worry about Ishmael and his mother. I will take care of them.
Thank you, my lord.
A few days passed, and Abraham approached Hagar.
Hagar, I think it best for you and Ishmael to leave our tribe.
I understand.
Do not be afraid. God will watch over you and protect you both.
For many days, Hagar and Ishmael walked the hot desert in search of a new home. With nothing in sight, fear began to set in.
I don't know if we have enough water to last until we find an oasis.
Finally, Hagar and her son came upon an oasis with shade and were able to rest.
Mother, all the water's gone. I'm so thirsty, I feel like I'm dying.
Lie down under the tree and get some rest. Please, God, don't let my child die in front of me.
Hagar turned away, as she couldn't stand to watch her son dying of thirst. Suddenly, she heard God's voice call out to her.
Lift the boy up, hold his hand, and I will make unto him a great nation.
Hagar turned to walk toward her son. Just then, water poured out of the side of the cliff.
Oh, thank you, my Lord. Ishmael, God has saved us. We're not going to die.
Knowing that God was watching over them, Hagar and Ishmael continued their journey. Over the years, they built a fine home in the wilderness of the desert. Ishmael became head of the great desert tribes, and he married a beautiful Egyptian girl.
As we know now, God kept his promise with Abraham and his wife, and they had a son. If we think about the other stories we know, for example, Red Riding Hood promised to go straight home to her grandmother's house, but she didn't. Cinderella promised to be home by midnight, but she wasn't. In life, people don't always keep their promises, but when God makes a promise, He always keeps to it. Let's think about this seed. Every seed is like a promise from God. The seed is planted in rich soil and is nourished to reach its full potential, just like each of you. Does that mean that the seed won't face struggles in his life? Sometimes seeds won't grow right away. Sometimes they need to be stored until the right season. They might even have to live for a long time in a cold, dark place to preserve their potential. Now I know some of you may feel that you're in a dark place sometimes, but it doesn't mean God's promises aren't still true for you and your life. God always keeps his promises in the end. Have faith and continue your journey with God as he has amazing things in store for you and your life. Now, if I'd love you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and we're going to answer some questions together. Question number 1. What promise did God make to Abraham? Question number 2. How old was Abraham when God made the promise come true? How did God's promise to Abraham come true? Question number 4. Have you ever had any promises on your life from God? What are they? And the last question, do promises from God happen straight away? Now, let's see what craft we have this week. Hello and welcome to this week's craft. This week's craft, you are going to need some different coloured paper, some balloons. If you have more than one, that is great. Some colouring pens, a pair of scissors and some sellotape, because we are going to make balloon people with some giant feet. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to grab those items. Welcome back, hopefully you have the items that we need. So first we're going to start with our piece of paper and we're going to create these. So we're going to create the feet for my balloon person. So to create the feet, you're going to draw, we can make different sizes. So obviously I've made this one, so I might make one slightly smaller, but you can make yours unique to yours. So I'm going to make mine a bit like the family we've been learning about. So draw slightly smaller ones. So you kind of want to draw it to look a little bit like that. So a bit like their shoes, and then cut them out. They don't have to be perfect, and it can be however you see their feet to be. Try to cut out a little bit. Okay, so I've got my feet. Now, it's a fun bit of blowing up a balloon, so you might need adults to help you with this bit. So I'm gonna blow mine quite small to make mine a little bit smaller. Tie it. I need adults to help you tie it, they're a bit tricky. Okay, so before we stick it, we can draw different faces on ours. So as you can see with this one, I've got some hair, got some ears, smiley face, the eyes. You can draw whatever you like yours to look like. Be careful when you're drawing on the balloons because they are fragile, you don't want them to pop. If you have marker pens, they're probably easier to use. Felt tips do work, but you just need to let them dry. Just giving mine some hair. So there's mine at the moment. So now, how do we attach them to the feet? I hear you saying. So if you've got some sellotape, you're going to need 2 bits of sellotape, and you're going to fold over the sellotape so it makes it look like a little circle, and you can stick 1 bit right at the back of your feet, and the other bit, make sure you fold it over near the middle, okay, and your balloon, you're going to sit it on so the gap of the balloon goes in between the 2 bits of sellotape, and push it down, so there should be a bit of sellotape at the back and a bit at the front. Push it down and hopefully, yes, they should stand up so they've got feet. So I've got 2. And so sometimes you might need to make the feet a little bit bigger just to help them stand up. So I'm going to make 1 more just so then I've got my family of 3. So let's cut some more feet out. I hope you enjoy making yours. I can't wait to see what yours is going to look like. Of course you can decorate the feet, put shoelaces on it, with some glitter. Also on the balloons you might be able to use googly eyes possibly, or any other decorations you have. Just remember that, try not to pop the balloons because they are a little bit tricky. Okay, so I've got mine. Blow it. Let's use a blue one. Like that. I'm going to use a black pen to draw because it came out a bit better. Nice. And then this one, I'm going to get some curly hair. Okay, you're going to have fun decorating yours. So this is what my next one looks like. Okay, use some sellotape. Okay, so a bit of sellotape at the back of the feet, remember? And the second bit nearer the front. And then with your balloon in the middle, stick the feet down. My feet might be a little bit too small for this balloon. Oh, there, okay. So there we have it. So I've got my family of 3 balloons. Now, I can't wait to see yours. Hopefully you have fun making yours. Make sure you send them in to the church email address and have a great rest of the week.
Bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you, make his his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 Amen.
The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. Amen.
May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children.